Welcome everyone. My name is Maralee Burnett. I am your tarot reader and astrologer, back again with messages for the week of September 18th through the 24th. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. Please give this video a big thumbs up, comment, share. I appreciate all of your support. If you are new, here's how these videos work. In the beginning, I'm going to give you a bit of a astrological tutorial for the week ahead, and after which I will draw a tarot card for every sign so that you get a personalized message for the week as well. You want to be sure to watch for both, or all I should say, your sun, moon, and rising signs, because together they will give you a very comprehensive view of the week ahead. All right, so let's jump right in and take a look at what the week does have in store for us. Good news is Mercury has finished its retrograde. It has started very slowly moving forward. And so all those things that you were working on while Mercury was retrograde over the past 3 weeks, well, now you're ready to do something about it, something with all of the details and the information with your health. What ideas and plans did you create for yourself? Well, now that this planet is moving forward again in the sign of Virgo, starting off at 8 degrees, a number of power and strength, it's time for you to step into your power, take your health, take your routines, take your work, whatever it is that you've been focusing on. Now it's time to start to move things forward. So that's great. And I know I heard from many of you that it seemed like the longest Mercury retrograde ever. So that's really great news that we are finally ready to move forward. The other energy that we have to start the week out with is some interesting connections between the sun and the North Node in Aries. Now it's an odd angle, so there could be something interesting and unusual that helps you achieve some kind of a personal success. The North Node in Aries is about your own individual strength, your independence, and your self-confidence. Of course, the sun is about success. But there's just some way that this comes about that is just unusual. So that should be an interesting way to start the week. The other thing that we'll see throughout the week, speaking of the sun, is it's finishing its time in Virgo. And as it does, the outer planets of both Pluto and Neptune are having conversations with the sun. Now, both of these planets stir things up. They bring things up to the surface so that you can acknowledge them when they connect to the sun, regardless of the kind of connection they are making with the sun. The sun is shining a light on things that are hidden, unseen, beneath the surface. With Pluto, the sun combines and you feel very powerful and strong. With its opposition, though, that it's making to Neptune, that is where, if there are those around you who are trying to delude you, maybe you're trying to delude yourself, those who have poor boundaries, we'll have discussions about what good boundaries look like, because the sun in Virgo is highlighting for you what good boundaries look like. Neptune in Pisces does not have boundaries. The reason for that is because it's the last sign. It's the sign that we reach across and talk to the other side as our spirituality, right? If we had boundaries there, we would not be able to access our gifts, to access the spirit world, access messages from the beyond, right? So there's a reason there's no boundaries there, but there are times when we still need to protect our energy, and we do need to have boundaries because there are some things that we do not want to come across from the other side. So there's a lesson about that this week as the Sun and Neptune speak. But where you can have good, healthy boundaries, well, the Sun does speak to success. So there is, of course, an opportunity for you to achieve some recognition. Maybe your spiritual work or spiritual practice experiences some growth as a result of you creating good structure and good plans for your business. But just know there are opportunities for you to go within. Whenever we're activating the outer planets, we're activating a period of introspection. So there is some things to think about. Now, Pluto is still retrograde. It will be retrograde until October 10th, where it will station, and then it will be moving forward again to finish up these last few degrees in Capricorn. And then we'll have Neptune all the way until the beginning of December, still in retrograde. So we have some time that we're still working with these planets, but there's something about the conversations this week that we want to pay close attention to. Now, we do have some really juicy energy this week as well. When the moon moves out of the sign of Scorpio, where it will begin the week, which it's not its favorite place because it does not like to be in the dark. It wants things to be bright and cheery and feel good, and it takes extra work when the moon goes through Scorpio to be comfortable with the darkness. Nothing wrong with that. It is good work. That's why we have a moon cycle, so we can get comfortable with where it is at all times in our life. But as it moves out of Scorpio, it'll move into the sign of Sagittarius, which for us emotionally, we feel inspiration, we feel growth, expansion, we feel the need for movement and travel and excitement, right? So it's great energy for you personally. And as it is in the sign of Sagittarius, it's going to end up briefly creating a grand fire trine, which is activation of 3 planets, all in fire signs and at or very close to the same degree. So the moon in Sagittarius on Thursday will speak to Venus in Leo, also moving forward, still in the shadow of her retrograde, but definitely making progress moving forward. And they both will speak again in harmony to Chiron in Aries, which is in retrograde. So there is this opportunity to connect to your feelings, to your emotions, and possibly expressing them, because that fire energy is something that you're very passionate about. A trine asks that you make the effort, and when you do, you will be successful. But it's between Venus, the moon, and Chiron. This is definitely about something that you are feeling intensely. So I definitely want to hear in the comments whatever that is for you. Then we will have this weekend some more interesting energy with Venus and Chiron as they both have conversations with Mars. So it takes that big idea that was created with the help of the moon in Sagittarius, and then Mars gives you the energy, the focus, the motivation to do something about it. Now, it's speaking in harmony with Venus, so this can have us feeling very passionate in our relationships in that coming weekend. And also with the connection to Chiron, you know, Mars is in Libra. It is, of course, the sign that rules relationships. Chiron is our wounds, and it's going to be opposing Mars. So there is some need for balancing the healing in our relationships. And of course, Venus rules Libra and relationships and wants them to be good and joyful and loving. So there's this opportunity that you have to look at and want to take advantage of. Now, at the same time, we will say goodbye to Virgo season. A little sadness there, because as a Virgo rising, I really appreciate Virgo season. I've been able to clean out my fridge. I've been going back to the gym. It's great energy. I love it. But we will move more into Libra, of course, and relating to other people. Socializing a lot more. Air signs are all very social signs. And so the sun will move in there and start, again, putting more emphasis and a highlight on our relationships, more emphasis and a highlight on the justice system, on justice needing to be fair and balanced. So expect those topics to pick up in intensity over the next month as the sun moves into Libra. So really just connections this week that are moving us forward, introspection that could lead to some big transformation work this week, just nothing that is slowing us down as far as new retrogrades. We don't have any new moons. We don't have any full moons. It's just kind of a normal week astrologically, which is fantastic. So hopefully you had a great experience with the new moon and Virgo. Last week, we saw that happening Thursday, the 14th. And if you haven't had a chance to join yet, I have a wonderful new moon group that comes together every month, and we really hone in on the energy and how to work best with it and how to manifest best with it. So take a look at that. The other thing I have going on right now is a special offer to get us all ready for eclipse season. We are in the energy of the eclipses right now. While I say this week is somewhat normal, nothing major going on, there is the undercurrent of what's going on or what's coming up with the eclipses, which will be visible here in the United States for some. So it's definitely impactful and important. October 14th is the new moon solar eclipse, and October 28th is a full moon lunar eclipse, and that one is very intriguing to me. If you work with me, you know I've been talking about this for a long time now. So I have a special rate out there for that. Check out my website and my homepage to get that extended time with me to really dive in and look at setting intentions for what you need to let go, what you want to eclipse out of your life. And if you show up and you participate and you do the work, so much easier than having it worked on you instead. All right, that is our astrological lesson for the week. I will now move us into the tarot readings, and as a reminder, watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Of course, that means you need to create a chart for yourself. If you don't know your birth time, you cannot create a chart that gives you the rising sign, but you can still watch for your sun. You just would put that in the first house, and you can watch for your moon. So I look forward to you giving me feedback on what the cards have to say next. Up first, we of course have the sign of Aries, and our message for Aries is the Ten of Swords. We have this card, if you're not following me, this week as well, so be sure to join my Facebook page or my Instagram so that you can hear these messages daily. And the Ten of Swords, while it's a difficult card, means there is something this week that is difficult for you, Aries, but the good news is this is the last week of it being difficult for you. So you are ready for closure, you are ready for endings, you're ready for whatever has been causing you pain and frustration, for it to come to an end. Now, the swords are our own thoughts, so this could be something that you've been causing pain for yourself because you're too much in your head, but it could also be a physical pain, and it obviously could be a difficult situation. but you will get through it. The end is in sight, and the good news about that 10 energy is once you let this go, the 10 reduces to the number 1, and that means that you have a new fresh beginning coming in. Now maybe that new fresh beginning doesn't come in till the weekend when the sun moves into Libra for you, but that's okay, because there could be a relationship opportunity, right, that comes in and helps you resolve whatever this problem is for you. Up next, Taurus. All right, Taurus, you have a little bit of studying to do. The 8 of Pentacles shows up when there is more information needed. Now, you could be taking a class, you could have some kind of paperwork or contract that you're looking at and working on that you need to really dig into much more deeply. Pentacles is our money that we make. So in order to make as much money as you want or need, you've got to slow down and make sure you're paying attention to all the details. Otherwise, there could be some kind of a surprise that comes up for you that you weren't expecting that would end up not going in your favor. So do make sure you slow down, because when you do, that 8 energy, that is about strength and leadership and success. So as long as you're paying attention to the details, you'll be great. Just make sure you are. Gemini. 8 of Swords. So again, a Swords card is about the thoughts we think, the words we say, and that 8 energy says you're really powerful when it comes to the way that you think, but the thoughts that you're thinking currently are not serving you. So you are thinking about things that have not happened and they are not real, and you're creating a situation that is causing you to feel trapped and desperate and unhappy, and it's time to let that go, because this is a prison cell that you've created for yourself, but it does not need to be this way. So this is a good time for you to realize how strong you are. Obviously, you're an air sign. Your thoughts and your words are everything to you. So use them for good. I always tell people when I see them manifesting what they don't want in their life, the good news is you are a tremendous and fabulous manifester. Now, turn that power and use it for something good, because you also have an 8 energy, which is strength, right? So focus on what you think. Your mind does what you tell it to do, and become aware of those subconscious thoughts, those things that you say all the time. If you're being too harsh on yourself, it's time to stop that, release whatever this is, so that by the time you get to the weekend, you've transformed this negative energy into something where you allow yourself to have some new kind of freedom. Cancer. Well, the wheel is a wonderful sign, because that means things are changing. This is the Wheel of Fortune, and it is going to be spinning in your favor. So that's a good news card for you. It's a major arcana card, and the only thing that you need to be focusing on is, where do you want to go? How are you setting your intentions on what you want the future to be like for you? Very intuitive, very emotional. Use those emotions to create what it is you want, and make sure you're releasing what it is that you do not. But the good news is you want to set your intentions this week. You're likely to be extremely successful and just see things start to fall in your favor, like you didn't do anything at all. But fate is driving the wheel of fortune for you. So look forward to that opportunity. And of course, the 10 reduces to the number 1. So this is something that's going to be opening up a brand new door and a brand new opportunity for you. All you have to do is step in. Let go of the fear and step in. Leo. Leos, this Four of Cups card is one where you're just not yourself. This is not like you. And the good news is that Grand Fire trine later in the week will get you out of this feeling of disappointment and help you remember the good things that you do have going on in your life emotionally, and that those are where you should be focusing. So yeah, there's something that you're disappointed about, but it doesn't need to consume all of your energy. You definitely need to move yourself out of this. So look to that time that the moon moves out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius as a big opportunity for you, because of course this will be in trine to your sign, and that is going to help you. Now the moon takes about 2.5 days to move through each sign. So you've got a couple of days here where things might feel a little disappointing at the beginning of the week, but it doesn't have to stay that way. So make sure you are focused in on what you want. That 4 energy is about creating a new foundation for yourself going forward, especially emotionally, feeling safe and secure. Make sure you're building a good foundation, right? Setting up those good boundaries will keep you from experiencing too many emotional disappointments. Virgo. Virgos. Well, looks like all of the hard work that you did while you were having Mercury retrograde in your sign is about to really pay off, because the 3 of Wands is just about you needing to sit back and watch what shows up for you. So you've already done the work. You've sent your ships out to sea. They've picked up the cargo and they're heading back your way, and you just have to wait for them to arrive. So there is this energy of just wait for the invitation. You don't have to drive things this week as hard as you normally would. So allow yourself some time to just receive. You don't have to heal and save and fix everybody this week. Take some time off and just enjoy the rewards and the success. Now, the 3 energy is that connection to spirit, right? It's the Holy Trinity. It's also our creative gifts. So this might be a really good time to just work on creating and do some writing, do whatever it is that helps you connect to spirit. And you might be really amazed with what ends up showing up for you. Libra. Speaking of transformation, it looks like you guys are in for a big change, which of course makes sense with the fact that the sun will be heading into your sign and all the things that I talked about in the beginning. So if you skipped the intro, you want to go back and listen to that now, Libra. The transformation card is also known as the death card, right? It's death and transformation, right? Things don't just end. Nothing just ends. It transforms, it changes into a new form. So there is something very important in your life this week that will go through an incredible amount of transformation. So that also means you have to be prepared to let something significantly go this week. Now, keep in mind that new moon solar eclipse that I also talked about in the beginning is in your sign. So now's the time to do what I mentioned. Set those intentions to be releasing what no longer serves you, so that that eclipse energy isn't removing something from your life unexpectedly. Like, you know what it is. We all know what we need to let go of. We know what our bad habits are. We know what bad relationships we're in. We know what our bad behaviors are. Whatever it is for you, identify it this week and be ready to transform it into something intentional and purposeful. It's a major arcana card, so it's big work, but you're capable. The sun will come in and give you even more energy. You've already got Mars in there, so it's definitely something you're capable of. Allow it. Now, the 13, of course, again, makes the number 4, and the 4 is about creating a new, stronger foundation with healthier boundaries for you going forward that will serve you well. Scorpio. Wow. 2 major arcana cards in a row. And this deck calls the Devil card the habit. But that's exactly what the ego self is all about, creating attachments to things and people and anything material that we think we need to feel good about ourselves. And then it becomes a bad habit. So you're breaking those habits this week. You're seeing what no longer serves you. You're seeing where you have created a trap for yourself and learning how to get out of it and to let it go and set yourself free. That Devil card is, energy that you're pretty comfortable with, that Scorpio sees, these darker things, and the habits, the things where we explore the dark side are okay. But when we stay stuck there, when we get attached to them, that's when they become a problem. That's when they become addictions. That's when there's too much drinking. That's when there's drugs and alcohol. That's when we're using sex to heal, and it's not, right? So the question you have to ask yourself is, what addictions do you need to deal with once and for all? And not just keep transferring the addiction to something different or new until you resolve why you feel the need to get a high from something outside of yourself. You can never really be free of your addiction. So you got some big work to do this week, Scorpio, but you guys are incredibly powerful and intuitive and sensitive. You know what you need to work on. The great thing about the 15 numbers, it converts to the number 6. So when you do this work, when you release this habit, it's joy, it's happiness, and that's all you want in the world. Sagittarius. Another major arcana card, and of course that makes sense with the conversation had at the beginning of this session, where this grand fire trine happens with the moon in your sign. So there is a major goal accomplished. The world means that whatever quest or journey or goal you've been working on, you will achieve it this week. So that's exciting news. Of course, this is the last card of the major arcana. This is the last stop. This is where the Fool has gathered all the information, met all of his teachers, and is ready to complete the quest. So congratulations, that's really exciting. And again, this is the energy of the 3. You will definitely feel connected to divine energy and have that support. And then you can pick what your next quest will be. Capricorn. Well, Capricorns, you are meeting with the Knight of Cups this week. So that's some pretty exciting energy, because it means that there is somebody who is making an offer to you, an emotional offer. If you're looking for love, the Knight of Cups is a great person to interact with, because they are comfortable sharing their emotions and feelings with you. If you're already in a relationship, A loved one might express their feelings for you. They might actually have a gift for you this week. So that's wonderful energy, and maybe it's a sign that you should take a little bit of a break this week and you don't have to work so hard, and you should just get out and enjoy and have some fun. Now the Knight is a court card. All the court cards carry the energy of the One, so it is somebody that you interact with this week. The interaction is heartfelt, and it will lead to some kind of a new beginning, maybe for some a new relationship. Aquarius. Well, if you were listening to the card before, we had the Knight of Cups, and now we've graduated to the King of Cups. So Aquarius, this person that you're interacting with is a strong leader. It is a leader that is leading from the heart. They know how to connect with their court, with their people, to make them feel loved and cared for. So unless you happen to be a part of a court, this could be you actually in some kind of a relationship where somebody's expressing their feelings for you, and knowing that they're the King of Cups, the feelings are mature. They're feelings that you can trust. They aren't going to rush off after expressing how they feel. This is somebody that you can truly count on. So if it's not a relationship, it's a mentor, it's a good friend, but the interaction has you feeling really good this week. So enjoy it. And of course, this is a court card, the number 1, and a new beginning can happen as a result of this interaction, and you feel really good about it. Pisces. All right, Pisces, with the 1 or Ace of Swords, there is a new opportunity for you. It could be that you have a new idea. You could get some new information. There could be a new contract to sign. There's some kind of an offer involving paperwork, conversation. You know, this is some new kind of social interaction that is possible for you. But if you're looking for work, this is a really good sign, because this means there is a big opportunity. Now, at work itself, there could be a new project that you are going to be a part of as well. So, good news is, Pisces, you are ready for a fresh start. And if you do the work that is being shown to you between that opposition of Neptune, your ruler, and the Sun in Virgo, with this new beginning, you have an opportunity to make sure that you set really good boundaries before you start off on whatever this is. And that is going to be ideal, because you'll get started off on the right foot. All right, everybody. Once again, we have an interesting mix of energy in the cards, and we have a few signs that have some pretty intense work ahead, but I know you guys are all capable of doing it. Of course, you can book a session with me, whether you want to just dig deeper into the tarot cards themselves. I love doing the Celtic cross for people, because I feel like it really gives you the best in-depth view of so many different areas in your life. So if you haven't had a card reading with me yet, make sure you schedule one, because I always sneak in a little astrology too. So it's the secret way to get a really good reading with me, is to actually book one of my tarot readings. So check out my website for all the details. I will look forward to working with you all in the future. And be sure and check out all the information and materials that I have out there. If you want to get ready for the eclipse, but you're not ready to book a session, make sure you go out there and read the article for October. It's already ready. So are the new moon solar eclipse article and the full moon lunar eclipse article. And I break it down by sign on what you can expect there as well. All right. If you enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and please share it with somebody you know could really benefit from it. That's my goal, is to help as many people as I can. And you help me do that. Thank you so much. Have a great week. Keep me posted. Send me those comments. And I will do all I can to support you and wish you well. Talk to you again next week. Take care.